views and opinions of this show is not necessarily the views and opinions of the National Hockey League, its affiliates, or sponsors. A Shot from the Point contains dark humor and foul language and is intended for mature audiences only. To summarize the previous, this isn't your grandma's radio show, and I'm not Foster Hewitt.
You're listening to the most badass hockey podcast in all the known land. This is A Shot from the Point.
Coming at you on demand from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass hockey podcast in all the known land. This is A Shot from the Point. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming back again this week. This is A Shot from the Point, where we cover all the going-ons, at least in the last week, in the National Hockey League. I'm back with you, and we have the original of originals, of course. We have Chicago Dead on Dave. He's returning. Chicago Dead on Dave, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm sorry, Chicago Dead on Dave is dead. This is his brother, Dr. Death. I feel like crap. I'm here to crap on everything.
Is the other guy have more money, or is he better looking, or?
No, unfortunately, he's uglier and worse health, and he hates life. It's a bad situation all around.
I bet I could cheer you up right off the bat.
Well, it's your world, man. I'm just trying to live in it.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know what? I know you're very passionate about the game of baseball, but
I'm not passionate about anything anymore. Soul's been crushed.
Your soul's been crushed by what?
Soul crushing radio.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. I'm just bringing them up. Yeah, that's my plug to you guys.
Yeah, you're covered. So
I'm covering. I'm doing it early. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, just get it early. Just get it right out of the way now. The baseball classic, you know, that stupid thing that started like less than 10 years ago that they call a classic, where they I guess
baseball classic, yeah.
Well, it kind of sounds like a good idea on the surface, I suppose.
It's a great idea. It's been exciting.
Oh, so you're paying attention to it.
Of course.
All right. Well, which usually means that I wouldn't pay a lick of attention to it.
Yeah, I know.
But I could not.
God forbid, pay attention to things that I like to do.
No, I mean, I'm a little stuck for time with this dopey show I put together, and I'm a little stuck for time with, the hockey that I'm able to watch.
Yeah.
And you've been watching a lot of hockey too.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot more time than you do.
Yeah, well,
I do nothing.
No, you don't. You're a co-host. Nice to have you on, Dave. Maybe I can cheer you up.
It's always great.
We should just do like a zoo. Did they have that in Chicago and Las Vegas, like the Z Morning Zoo or?
Like those douchebaggy radio shows.
Hey, we got the latest Justin Bieber coming at you. Hey, Dave, wake up! Get some coffee. We're ready to go.
They just do fart sounds and shit over it. Yeah, that sounds like where I should be.
Yeah, that's where you should be.
I should find one of those type of jobs because that's where I should be.
Well, you know the whole joke.
Anyway, I don't have to think. I can just make fart sounds.
Yeah, just make fart sounds.
That's right. Have a catchphrase and just fuck with things.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's absolutely all you need. Hey, am I gonna let me get this fucking subject or what?
Yeah, do it, motherfucker.
All right. You know the old joke. Went to a boxing match and the hockey game broke out.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a baseball game and a hockey game broke out. I was watching Canada versus Mexico.
It's like a week ago.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about it now though because I found it hysterical, and I think those Mexican boys got all they could handle from what I could see in the tape. Would you agree?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I don't know, you know, sitting around looking tough and staring at everybody like you're in that movie American Me is not going to keep you from a Canadian ass whipping from apparently.
I got so many jokes, but they're all inappropriate. Every one of them will get me in trouble.
I am a little sympathetic, however, because they have a mercy rule in a professional baseball game.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me?
Well, okay. This is the whole thought behind it.
Yeah.
Baseball's slow as it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Spring training's going on during the same time as the World Baseball Classic.
Gotcha.
teams are already pissed off that they're losing a majority of their stars, and their grapefruit and their Cactus League games, which are what spring training games are called, depending on which league you belong to, are being affected, their ticket sales, because these players are going to the World Baseball Classic instead. So one of the things they did to try to prevent their players from getting overused or overtired, and to avoid these long outbursts of sometimes that will happen when you play the lower level teams, is to have a mercy rule. When it gets to a certain point, the game will stop, so players aren't out there at a 32-7 game when there's no point in it. I get it. It makes total sense.
It makes less. The fact that you explained it makes more sense than I don't know, I thought it might be. But I got to be perfectly honest with you. Mercy rules for professional athletes of any type, is not going to work. So basically, from what I understand, it was like a 9-3 game. I guess you have to they would have to get 13 runs to win.
Yeah.
They lay a bunt down in the top of the ninth. I guess Mexico's the home team, so they're coming in. They lay a bunt down. This pisses off. It was a beautiful bunt, by the way. This proceeds to tick off the third baseman. He gives a signal to the pitcher, which I don't think I've ever seen watching baseball as long as I have had, to hit the next batter. Which yeah. Right? So he gets three. He gets two. He throws the guy twice and misses. Right. Uh-huh. And then the second time, the Canadian player is like, "Hey, knock it off." Comes out, does what he's supposed to do, right? Then
gives warnings, yeah.
Yeah, he gives some warnings. All right, it's getting a little hot. This rule's kind of stupid. I'm still with Mexico at this point. Then, after all that happens, this guy drills one of the Canadian players, and this is just, there's nothing left to do but brawl. I don't care if you're against fighting, and it's like, it's like Jake says, you can take or leave fight. Look, somebody's throwing at you anywhere between 80 and 90, 100 miles. You might have to defend yourself. Yeah. So this perpetuates I don't know about you, but I think it might be the biggest brawl I've ever seen in baseball history.
It's a pretty big brawl. I wouldn't go that far.
The one I'm talking personally, I'm sure you could find one.
I've seen some pretty big ones. This one was mainly shocking because of the level of players that were involved.
Yeah.
Even on major league rosters, there's players that, kind of don't. Every team's going to have players that couldn't hold a jock of some of the other players on the team. These are the top of the creme de la creme.
They're all stars.
Yeah, these are the best players in the world, and for something to happen like this on the world stage like that, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Baseball's a retaliation sport. This is what happens. People throw at each other. There's all kinds of unwritten rules. There's all kinds of things that everyone's supposed to know, but as time goes on, people care less and less about, and shit like this happens. This is why everybody needs to adopt the hockey rule. If you have problems, just let the two motherfuckers fight. And just let them deal with them. Throw them in a box, kick them out for an inning, whatever you got to do. Everybody needs to fight a little bit every now and then.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing like a good baseball fight, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know, man. I get worried about that shit because I guess a hockey player could always just pick up a puck and chuck it at someone's face, but most of those guys can't throw 95 miles an hour. I worry about things like that. I've been in a couple of hockey brawls, and I always worry it's about someone grabbing a ball and chucking it at me. Then it's happened a few times in minor league games where players will grab a ball and chuck it into the stands and shit. It happened a few years ago.
I don't go for that. They're going to beat each other up. That's one thing. I want to hit some kid in the throat.
It's craziness, man.
I can't leave it. So, anyway. So, this starts a brawl. I get the impression the Mexicans didn't know they were messing with more than likely Canadian farm boys, who are some of the toughest North Americans going. And for most of the spats that I saw, I would say some Mexican ass may have gotten kicked, from what I could see.
I would concur with that.
Yeah, there was a few losses, but I don't know why. And then there's this one dude. He's walking around. He's like, got the whole hoodie on and staring at people and just not fighting, of course. And
why can't I think of anything but inappropriate jokes right now?
All right, give me one.
I can't. You'll edit me, I'm sure.
You never know.
No,
I'm not editing in the edit. That's for sure.
No, they're all bad. I'm telling you.
Tell me one.
I can't do it.
Something.
See, if I do it, it'll get out of hand. I can't do it.
Come on.
I'm saving myself here, and your show probably.
You can, well, you're killing it now. If you're gonna tease it, you might as well just go for it.
You're gonna edit me.
Go ahead.
Now I've hyped it up too much.
Yeah, you have to.
Moving on.
You didn't do it, you pussy.
No, I'm segueing out more.
How do you go and do like a shock jock format for a sports show and pussy out on a
Because I never know what I can say.
Tell the joke. Oh, stop it. We can always edit it. Tell the joke that you wrote me, because that's the one I was trying to get out of you.
Oh, I'm not doing no. No way.
So you're gonna withhold. You fucking send me a letter. All right, Tommy, I'm gonna pull you over. I'm gonna buy. And I ask you for the joke.
Any of that.
What's that? Yeah, you did. You want me to read it?
I was bringing the emotions.
Bring it. Yeah, you're an emotional roller coaster right now.
Emotional roller coaster. I'm up and down.
You're really gonna withhold on me. Horrible.
Hey, you want me to tell the joke that I gave on Facebook?
I thought it was funny. Yeah, obviously.
I thought it was highly inappropriate.
All right. You know what? Now I guess we're just way past it at this point.
Yes.
All right. Let's get right into the. Oh boy, did I screw this up? I forgot to put the. Oh boy, now you got time to tell the stupid joke. Still.
What was the joke I used on Facebook?
I don't remember now. I thought it was funny.
Well, I knew why. I remember why I said the Mexicans were upset, but why did I say the Canadians were upset?
Because they thought their lawns had to be manicured or something. Oh, boom, boom, boom.
No, the Canadians. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. The Canadians were upset because they were waiting on the Mexicans to finish tending the lawn. That's right.
That's a nice lawn out there.
Outfield
That's
grass.
horrible. That's not even that bad.
It's not that bad, but in this day and age.
Yeah, I suppose.
Maybe the Mexicans were upset because they had bats instead of knives. I have no idea.
Didn't they do that stupid bit in wrestling where they had those two guys goofing? They had some, Mexican wrestlers, and they were coming to the. Weren't they like coming to the arena for a few years with?
You mean on lawnmowers?
Yeah, it was a riot.
Yes, and the Mexicools.
Yeah, oh god, those guys were that was a great bit if I remember correctly.
The Mexicools.
The Mexicools.
On John Deere lowriders, yeah.
Oh, really? They were lowriders at boot. I only saw them once.
Great. It was good times.
That was the great
Psychosis.
Okay, I remember him from WC.
Crazy and Juventud Guerrera.
Juventud Guerrera was underrated wrestler.
Great wrestler, but a little bit of a nut job. He can't keep his shit together.
Did you catch this thing floating around? Of course, I picked it up from Puck Daddy, Greg Wachowski.
You got to pimp the Puck Daddy. I don't.
Oh yeah, suck ass. Listen, you hockey fuckers. Listen up,
man. You used my term. I didn't even get a chance to use it.
Well, you know what? That's what you do when you get sit in the bench, Dave. I set up a joke.
Well, you keep benching me, coach.
I'm gonna steal your shit. I'm gonna steal your stuff. Hey, I will sell out.
What?
I will sell out in a finger snap.
I know. Well, hell, I would too.
I would.
I have a price, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I would watch Greg Wachowski's kids and wash his car. If you think, he's real tough, he's gonna stay hard. Somebody wants to pay me to do this shit instead of getting up in the morning and editing this for 3 hours or 4 hours, whatever it is. I'm
making money.
The conversation's gonna sound like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes. I mean, I have like a little bit of integrity, like a content. But if somebody says stop cursing and don't make fun of Mexicans, yeah, I'll drop that in a finger snap.
I know you would clean up your shit. Oh my god, you'd be a company man faster than Triple H.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. But for now, I'm free. So when all you, this ain't going anywhere anyway. I mean,
I have no idea where you're going with all that.
No. I mean, it's not. Look. The odds of going to. I mean, it'd be nice to get some kind of money out of this one day because I made one whole dollar.
You're getting paid.
Yeah, I got $1.
You put your bad bank account on.
100,000 where the 100,000 hits.
I'm with Jake. You owe us some.
Yeah, I know. You both get a quarter.
We want a fucking percent. Wow, that's actually pretty generous.
All right, big show newsflash. Big show. I take. Yeah. I don't even think you should get a quarter. Now I'm thinking of it.
That was very generous.
Yeah, it was.
They gave us fuckheads a quarter.
Yeah. Well, that's
Wait,
just
why does he get the same quarter I get? That's crap.
yeah.
I've been here a lot longer.
His says 1978. Yours is like 2005. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're good. Andy, may I have some coffee? Bitter, please. Right,
shut out.
Right here. I want some coffee, please. Thank you, such a sweetheart. Believe me, I'll leave this out so nobody thinks I'm ordering you around and shit. Right.
Oh, you should leave it in.
What's that?
You should leave it in.
Yeah, you're probably right. he said he said you're a
go on
wonderful woman.
fantastic voyage.
He said you're a wonderful woman.
She is.
You are. You are. All right. That just cost me.
Tommy C turning lemonade into lemons since 2004.
Yeah. Do you see the worst hockey fight of all time anyway?
Oh my god, yeah, you showed me that video. Oh my god.
Hey, big. All right, let's check these names out. Francis Lessard and Sebastian Lefebvre.
Well, that's a shock. Blah 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 versus blah 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 blah.
You know what this the funny thing is, this league, Quebec's league of Nord-Américain de hockey. This is like a goon league, from what I'm told. Yeah, this is where they rate.
These two vaginas play. Oh my god!
It's too funny.
If it would have been a tickle fight, it would have been something.
Oh god, it was too hysterical. It was
one of the worst things I've ever seen in hockey.
This happens every so often. You know that? This is not the first time I've seen this. For these guys, let me just give the audience some explanation. These you probably saw it on Puck Daddy because if you listen to us, you're probably involved with Puck Daddy because they're the best.
Pimp number 2 for Puck Daddy. Keep going, baby.
So we get a throwdown in this. I guess it's a major junior league up in Canada, and these guys square off, and it looks like it's going to be. You know, when the guys square off in the NHL, it's like epic. You know, like they'll drop the gloves. It'd be like that movie Goon, and then these guys just. It gets to the point where the refs are like, "Hey, man, throw a punch," you know. And it
was like watching two 7th graders in a cafeteria.
It's two guys who didn't want to fight
at each other.
It's two guys who didn't want to have a fight, the pussies.
It's like they were both waiting for someone to hold them back, but no one was holding back.
Nobody.
The refs are like, fight.
Fight? What's the matter with you? The refs are telling you fight. And
the refs are standing there. They're like gesturing towards each other. Go ahead.
It's absolutely hysterical.
They get booed off the ice, which is great.
Yeah. Which should always happen. They should be banned from the league for not fighting.
Horrible.
They gave me a concussion. Just watching the damn thing. Hey, listen, if you want to check out what we're talking about, check Red Link 1. Red Link 1. You'll see it on our YouTube broadcast if you want to watch the worst fight of all time. And it was definitely hysterical. And the thing that's just absolutely great about it is it just... it reinforced every French stereotype that's ever been done.
That it does.
We love the French. We love the French Canadiens.
Speak for yourself. These pussies need to go.
We don't like these two guys. I got to be honest with you.
These two guys need to go.
There ain't too many Frenchy Canadians that appreciated that shit. You know, I can say Jacques was watching hockey at home. He goes, "Oh my God! Now everybody thinks we're pussies again."
We need to go watch a Jerry Lewis movie. Jay teach us how to fight.
Did Jay teach us how to fight?
No, he teaches you how to act like an asshole.
Oh yeah, apparently.
I think we sent them there.
Do you know any French people? Like friends with French people?
Just that one dick we played poker with.
Oh, he's a fucking great guy, by the way.
Worst person, one of the worst people I knew.
Oh God, not compared to those other jerk offs.
Oh, Frenchie wasn't too bad.
Frenchie's a good guy.
That, by the way, folks, that's the scope of that's my depth right there.
It's one guy.
A nickname for a French guy for me, if I ever meet him, it's always Frenchie. That's all I got.
Actually,
I could go Pepe Le Pew, but I don't. I just call him Frenchie.
We'll give the audience a little background on Frenchie. Frenchie was the guy I used to play poker with, and contrary to
poker player, by the way.
I think he'd tell you
absolutely atrocious.
I wouldn't say he was that. Well, he had balls though.
Oh God, horrible.
He had giant balls. Well, anyway, let me tell this story. Frenchie, like I said, we live in a military community. We used to play cards together. This guy's a really good guy. He's a U.S. Army sergeant. So I was like, whoa, how can you call him Frenchie?
Also inaccurate. Not a good guy, but go ahead.
Stop it. He's gonna probably listen to this. So what happens? He's got sort of a French accent. So people start, asking him, and he finally admits he was actually born in France, and we're not actually far from where he grew up. He visits there on the weekends, and we're just like, we got a French guy in the Army, and we're looking at him. And so I was like, did you get your balls busted in basic training a lot? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so what did your family think when you joined the American Army? And they were like, well, tell them you are Canadian. I told him, lady, he said he spent the first 2 weeks of basic training telling everybody he was like from Quebec.
It doesn't work. That's not much of a leeway to us. We're not going to give him that much of a break, especially me, because I wasn't a hockey fan at the time.
Oh, really? I don't think he's. He's not. The French aren't hockey fans. French Canadians are hockey fans.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying any type of even him trying to hide behind a Canadian mystique didn't work for me.
You really hate him that much?
I don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
The guy the guy plays like shit and then celebrates in front of you after he plays like shit.
I've never seen Frenchie celebrate. Never.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
He didn't. He's not the one that called you a dick or anything. Well, maybe after your.
I don't know, man. When I was playing at the Cap, you weren't playing there as much as I was me.
That's true.
So, I mean, I don't know. I played with him a lot more than you did, at least to beginning with.
I always liked playing with him.
I liked playing with him because he was easy money. He was a mark. God.
I like playing with him. I always had a good time. All right. You ready for the news?
Yeah, let's do this.
Pretty good. So you're getting more energy as you go along, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'll make sure I bring it down right now.
Hockey news! Hockey news! Let's start it. Let's go into the hockey news. Of course, the biggest news of the week is the NHL realignment. New divisions. New problems. More money. More problems. Right now, the divisions are...
Do we even have to talk about this? I kind of want to protest the whole thing.
Why is that?
Because they're breaking up one of the greatest rivalries in fucking hockey.
We'll talk about that. It is horrible.
You can't take the Red Wings out of the Hawks division. Can't do it.
Yeah, it really is.
Can't do it.
It's horrible. I got to be honest with you, Dave. It's I know it hasn't been as heated in recent years, and the problem is in the late 90s, Colorado became Detroit's main rival. But it does seem like you're an original six rivalry.
Yeah. An
original six rivalry.
They're breaking that up, and they're geographically located right there. It makes no sense.
Well, actually, no. The locations all make sense, except division, which is tentatively being called C, and that takes this one: Boston, Buffalo, Detroit. Okay, so far, Montreal,
Boston, Buffalo, Detroit. That makes sense.
Well, Buffalo's not far from Detroit.
Detroit? Are you kidding me? Michigan and
dude, it's so far fucking north. It might as well be in Canada, for Christ's sake.
That's a long drive between Massachusetts and Michigan.
I'm looking at it. It's all in the like the northwest, upper northwest part of the hemisphere. So let me finish this. Let me Boston, Buffalo, Detroit, Montreal. This is just for geographic. I don't like them breaking up the rivalry either. Montreal, Toronto. So it's mostly the far north Canadian, American teams and the Canadian teams, two big ones. Here's what doesn't make sense: Tampa Bay, Florida, are also in the same division. So every time they leave, they got to go to. They're going to lead the league in colds down there.
Yeah,
going from that weather to the other, in that way, it really doesn't make sense. And then you're also breaking up, you're also breaking up the rivalry. And the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference, there's one you have 16 teams, the other you have 14 teams. It's going to be a little harder to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. The Division D, which would be the Patrick Division or the Northeast Division or the North, what is tentatively being called, Carolina, Blue Jackets, Devils, Islanders, Rangers, Philly, Pittsburgh, Washington. So it's kind of like the old Patrick division +2. That doesn't sound bad at all. That's reasonably reasonable. Carolina is probably the only unreasonable one out there. And then you got your conference, which is tended to be calling Division B. Chicago, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, Winnipeg. And then you have Division A, Anaheim, Calgary, Edmonton, LA, Phoenix, San Jose, Vancouver. That all makes sense. Except for, that pretty much makes sense. The hardest one there is Anaheim. And Winnipeg gets screwed no matter what because they're in outer space. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And you know about the wild card system they're introducing?
No, please explain it to me.
Well, there's a wild card system, and if you don't make I don't know. Do you really want to hear this shit?
Oh, I thought that was the point of the segment.
Well, I guess, but I mean...
Explain it! That's the point of the segment.
All right, here's the point of the segment. Well, no, the point of the segment is the news.
Okay, well, don't explain it.
Yeah, fuck it. Go look it up. Google it.
Look it up, asshole.
Google it.
Look it up, hockey
Google
buffs.
it. What do you think this is?
Google it, you hockey bastard. It's like I tell my daughter, Google it.
Bastard. Google it. Hey, Dad, I need help with my homework. Google it. But
Google knows more than me anyway.
Yeah. More than Jesus.
Google is almighty and all powerful.
Knows more than Jesus. All right, I'll just go with the playoff, the thing real quick. There's a wild card, and basically, if you finish in the top 3 spots in your division, you're in. The top spots will play the wild cards at the bottom, so not really too much changes. So if you're like the last wild card, you'll play the top team. That's it.
Did you just Google that?
No, I just actually went on memory.
Oh, that's impressive.
NHL reporter and columnist John Kaiser, like Der Kaiser, means emperor in German, by the way. Sidney Crosby back better than ever.
Yep, I agree with that.
I agree with it too. I think
best player in the league, hands down.
I know. It's horrid.
Say it out loud.
I will. Sissy Crosby is the best player in the league.
No, don't disrespect him.
Why not?
Don't disrespect
Why not?
him. He's great. Because he's great.
Why not?
Show him the respect that the kid deserves.
All right, let me break this down with Sissy Crosby. All right, Sissy is
Sidney.
The kid. Kid's a hard-working hockey player. Kid's a very hard-working hockey player. He finds the weaknesses in his games. We mentioned this in a past show. He's not taking penalties. He's focused. He realized that, or he got talked into. He probably still thinks he's a tough guy. He realized that whole tough guy act, especially with the Flyers last year, doesn't work. It's just not the kind of role. Everybody in a hockey team fits their role. Sidney is the goal scorer and playmaker. So he decided to go do that this year. And he's very simply the best player in the NHL. And his number one... Actually, you know whose number one rival is right now, Dave?
Probably, I would for as far as supremacy of who's the best in the league?
Yeah.
Probably Patrick Kane.
Wrong.
So I would say.
Yevgeny Malkin.
But, his own team, yeah.
Yeah, really. That's really, if you really think about it, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's not taking nothing away from your boy Kane, who, by the way, is sick and twisted with that little shootout.
Oh, man, he undressed that man.
That guy played well all game, too.
Oh, yeah. Kane had a really good game. He missed a couple of really, like the whole damn team. We're talking about the Columbus game the other night.
Yeah.
Blackhawks missed a couple open netters, but that guy was standing on his head, though, wasn't he? My God.
You know, a little shout out to the Blue Jackets, and then I want to move on because Blue Jackets are a really tough hockey team, and they really play hard. Things have not gone their way this year.
Whistling Dixie there, buddy.
Yeah, things haven't gone their way this year, and it's actually kind of unfortunate.
Played 4 games against the Hawks. All 4 of them been decided by 1 goal. They've lost all 4, but still, I mean, man. They've played us hard.
Hey, has your bunch of losers over in Chicago, have they won a game since they dropped a game?
Finally, yes, we did. we snapped our epic 2-game slide.
Jake said it would be absolutely epic if they lost the next 24 in a row. It would be
absolutely epic if Jake could tell a good joke.
I
get it.
He posted his Fridays thing. We got to go goof. Oh, God. Wouldn't that be horrible if we actually goofed on his jokes?
He won't. I'm trying to give him the post stuff. Trying to get him to give me stuff so I can put it on my show.
Yeah.
So I can goof on it. I think I've been discovered because I haven't gotten anything yet.
Oh, really? Maybe. I saw it. It's so horrible. Like I'm watching him, and Yeah, he's got a heart of a lion, Jake, and he's in the Fridays. I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet, but I saw it. And he's like literally, I mean, like the kitchen's behind him and he's doing his act.
People are walking. People are busting tables and shit. He's trying to tell a joke. Focus. Bartender, you need a drink.
Yeah, everybody gets drunk. It's
Joke,
probably
that's all.
funny. But there he is with that big Jake smile.
He said that. Yeah, he looks like my friggin' twin. If he would grow some hair, my God.
Yeah.
He said that Dina from the Jersey Shore was there last night.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I didn't know that.
A horrible drunk celebrity there at TGI Fridays. It's good to know she's not on the up and up in the world.
Yeah, I know. Jersey Shore's over. Now it's hillbillies.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Duck Dynasty, baby.
I've never watched one entire episode of Jersey Shore, and I'm not lying.
I got into it because I was just like, it was a study of just the worst of humanity. So I went into it like I was a friggin' anthropologist. I'm like, look at these friggin' apes. This is wonderful.
We called them Guidos growing up in Jersey. Guidos.
Idiots is what they were. It was wonderful. It was great. Made me feel better about myself.
I think that's why everybody watched it, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
Sidney Crosby's still in the news.
Yes, he is. Because he's the greatest hockey player on the planet.
According to Brian
Call him
Stewart.
Gretzky. Call him Gretzky.
No.
Call him Gretzky.
I would sooner jump out the window. I'm not even fucking with you.
Oh, I love this. This is great.
I'd sooner jump out the window. Wayne Gretzky's he's a god among men.
I'm just saying. Crosby a little higher than Gretzky, I think. That's all.
I like to kick those tombstones in his mouth out. He's always smiling like a big fucking idiot.
I'd be smiling too if I was the greatest hockey player.
But it's like that. It's like that yuppie smile. You smile at somebody, and it's a smile that, like, God, I hope he had cancer. That's the kind of smile he's got.
Only you see that.
Yes, because
Everyone seems to love Sidney Crosby.
Nobody loves Sidney Crosby. Everybody I talk to thinks he's a sissy. Sissy Crosby. It'd be funny if he'd be
You talk to a bunch of jerk-offs from Jersey. Of course you want
trying to think. Yeah, actually, the only people I know that like him are from Pittsburgh area.
Well, yeah, I can. I don't think.
Or like the established 2005 Pittsburgh hockey fan. You know, post.
I don't know. Chicago guys probably like him
I don't think they like
because
him.
we appreciate greatness.
Who would you take in a fight, Kane or Crosby?
Well, Kane, because he's my guy.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously. Well,
saw Kane.
I tell you something. I don't know about everybody in the Rangers beating his ass the way they're playing. No.
I don't know. Kane tried to fight Thornton a few weeks ago. Remember that?
Taze tried to fight Gordon.
I thought it was Kane.
No, it was Taze.
I was still.
Taze is.
Oh yeah, captain versus captain. That's right.
Yeah, but see, Thornton can fight, so he's a little outmatched. Anyway, Sidney Crosby's still in the move. Brian Stubitz, blogger, reports that Sidney Crosby thinks the NHL could handle 32 teams. Not only is Sidney Crosby the greatest player in the NHL, he is apparently a master in finance.
Okay, I didn't say the guy was smart. Right? I didn't say this guy was a freaking I didn't say all that.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby with the great education that he got through the Canadian Major Juniors.
God.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really tough to pass tests when you're.
He's just being he's being a company man. When he
Listen, I read Wayne Gretzky's book. I don't think they go to school. I think school's very light for these guys when they show that kind of talent. But apparently, Sidney Crosby, yeah, sure, 32 teams. That's what I'm talking about.
He's being a company guy.
Exactly, and
That's all it is.
You know what? I'm not even gonna blame him, but I mean that's the kind of guy he is. Do you think? I mean, he's sitting there in the locker room, with his fucking sweaty combed back hair and those tombstones sticking out of his mouth, and he's smiling like an idiot and talking through his teeth. And they ask him, "Hey, Sidney, what do you think about 32 teams in the NHL?" Yes.
He's the John Cena of hockey. He's the face of the league.
John Cena is infinitely smarter than Sidney Crosby.
No, he's not.
Oh my God!
Unless he has a script written for him, the guy can barely talk. I've seen real interviews with this guy.
I saw him on Stern. I saw him on Stern. He was great.
He probably had somebody in an earpiece.
It was totally live. I just watched because Howard's got the on-demand thing, so you can watch the whole thing. You can watch it on demand.
I'm not a fan of Cena outside of the ring.
I tell you, I met him. I wasn't impressed.
He's a big guy.
I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, hello," and I didn't realize he was talking to another soldier, and he looked around, turned to me, and gave me like a look at death.
I think everybody gives you the look of death.
Yeah, I just have bad celebrity.
You have that effect on people.
It's probably why I have no friends.
Probably.
All right, we're going to talk about one of your favorite teams now. Moving on. Greg Wyszynski, Puck Daddy.
Yeah, that's like pimp number 3. Congratulations.
I'll call you Daddy, Greg. No problem.
Oh my God.
Plug more of my shit.
Jesus.
Plug more of my shit. All right. He asked the question: does Los Angeles really need Jarome Iginla this season? There are, Jarome Iginla, 35 years old, has a no trade clause too. Over at the Calgary Fund. Calgary's not going anyway. They are the first team I'm saying is out of it. They're not making the playoffs. You heard it?
That's fair.
They are not making the playoffs. It's really sad because one of my favorite players that ever's actually put on is Jarome Iginla, one of one of the few stars that could fight at an elite level. Tough, really do anything, playmaking, scoring. Not a very big dude either. Not a big dude. I don't know if you ever looked up those fights I told you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's a tough dude, right?
A tough guy.
Tough guy. Good guy, too. Stay with the same. Well, you got to love a guy that stays with his own team.
To be fair, Calgary is only 4 points out of the 8 seed.
They're fucked. But
be fair.
Don't be blowing me. Don't blow me up, Dave.
Fair. I'm just being fair.
I got to sound convincing, so I got to say like Calgary's out of it.
I get that, but
even though I've only watched one Calgary game this whole year. Yeah.
I'm the anti-you. I have to go the opposite. They are at 5. They are at Mount 500.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, nobody's out of it if you look at numbers. But you got to figure each game's like 5.
Florida's out of it.
Yeah, Florida.
Looking at numbers, they're out.
They got rid of Kovalov. They're done.
They're 7-15. They're out.
Oh. Well, again,
technically they're only 10 points out of the 8 seed, but they're done.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. So the question becomes over for Calgary: do they keep this guy, or do they have him move? And making him move is really it's sort of like a Ray Bork thing. We were talking about athletes the other day when you just let them go so they can win a cup. LA would probably be a pretty good fit for him. The Los Angeles Kings don't have like a natural power superstar scorer. It might be a really good fit, but it might not work either. LA is, although they've been good at recently, they have been a little bit up and down. And Jonathan Quick doesn't seem to be the goaltender, at least he was in the playoffs last year.
We were heralding him as like the next coming, the second coming.
Second coming of Uncle Daddy.
Seriously, man, he has not been that guy.
Not this year. I don't count. I tell you something. Talk to me this time next year.
I agree with that. Yeah.
About Ovi, about Quick. Talk to me this time next year, and then I'll tell you if they suck. But
I don't know about Ovi as much as I would say about Quick.
Well, see, I'm not going to even put out the jury on Ovi. This time next year, you still suck. Your star faded. But I'm not. Just the shortened season it fucked everything up. What do you think about Iginla going to LA? Do you think it could possibly help? It's a nice power forward guy, a lot of experience, guy who went to the Stanley Cup final, and it would just be nice that a superstar could go out with the Stanley Cup.
See, I look at it 2 ways. I look at it the same way when I said that ludicrous thing weeks ago when I said that I think LA should make the move and try to get Ovechkin.
Yeah,
it's kind of I look at it from that standpoint, even though this guy's not underachieving at all. But as long as LA can give up little to get him, or it's a little risk because he's eventually a 35-year-old rental. Then I say make the move. Yeah. At the same level, looking at it from Calgary's point of view, it's kind of the same thing what Phoenix did with Steve Nash in the NBA. Sometimes you gotta do what's best for a company guy, a team guy, someone who's been there for you. If he's not in your plans, sometimes it's just the best thing to send him to a greener pastures.
It's also a classy thing to do.
It is very classy.
We saw it with Ray Bork in the early 2000s when he played so many years for Boston. Boston sucks every year. They had Cam Neely, for Christ's sakes, couldn't win a Stanley Cup. And at the end, they said, goodbye, Ray. Go win a Stanley Cup for us. And they did. And he beat the New Jersey Devils, which is nice. And Bork went out the champion that he always should have been. Sometimes you just get bad. And there's loyal guys like Jarome Iginla. I get the impression, Jarome's like kind of old school Canadian dude. Stays in a small town. That's not actually a really big market. I know everybody thinks every team in Canada is a big market. It's not the case. Edmonton's a small market.
Yeah.
Calgary's a small market. It's just the passion of the game it's so much stronger than most Americans can really identify with. If Americans, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've been to Europe and see the soccer, that's about what it's like in Canada. Maybe more insane with tougher guys.
I don't know if it's more insane. Soccer's ridiculous here.
I don't know. I like that NHL mime that's running around.
Yeah.
Soccer players pretend they're hurt. Hockey players pretend they're not hurt.
Yeah.
That says everything. All right. Hey, who let the dogs out, Dave?
Me.
The dogs out?
I
No,
did.
no, you didn't. Apparently, T.J. Oshie of the St. Louis Blues let the dogs out, and he's being
If you're
sued.
trying to set me up for a joke, you got to tell me beforehand.
Why?
Because I don't know who that is.
Well, I was going into it, and you interrupted the joke, you douche.
You got to alley it so I can oop it, though. I alley for you all the time.
Fuck off. Who let the dogs out, Dave?
That guy you just said.
There you go. T.J. Oshie, St. Louis Blues is currently.
Oshie, got it.
T.J. Oshie, the St. Louis Blues is. Apparently, his dog has caused $12,000 in damage to his penthouse apartment. How does the plaintiff say the damage happens? The dog invites over all the other dogs in the neighborhood while Oshie's on the road trip and had a raging party. Yeah. I guess the weekly poker party. It's much more than that. Suit alleges the dog damages the door frames that he rented the St. Louis penthouse that provides views of the city skyline. Nice. Buckingham Apartments is seeking more than $12,000 in damage. Who let the dogs out?
Apparently, that guy. TJ Oshie?
Yeah. 12 grand would probably be too bad.
12 grand for a hockey player? Come on.
The apartment's almost $4 grand a month.
Wow. See, I don't see the point in that.
Yeah, it doesn't even say. Like, if you're paying $4 grand a month, $12K is not that much.
No, it's 3 months rent, mathematically speaking.
Yeah. I think he needs to hire a dog
Drop
sitter.
science for you motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
4 times 3, bitches. 4 times 3.
All right. Oh, she's a 26-year-old right wing from St. Louis. St. Louis kind of blows. Oh, we were
where
joking.
you looking up news? Like, I want to know where you found that news story and found that it was relevant enough to put on the show.
I don't know. I was waiting for you for an oop it, fuckface.
Well, you got to tell me beforehand. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, beforehand. Use your in your talent.
Unless my talent ESP, I can't know shit.
I don't know, man. It's
Like
it's extrasensory radio perception.
Radio perception. There you go.
Actually, I may skip this article. Ryan Lampert's reporting. Yup, Rick Nash can handle big city pressure with the Rangers, and yeah, that's true. Rick Nash can handle big city pressure with the Rangers. The Rangers can't handle the freaking the National Hockey League. Apparently, moving on.
Rangers still going to make playoffs, by the way.
You think the Rangers are gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, they're still going to make playoffs.
They get killed if they do. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. You never know. Still a lot of hockey left this season. I'm not counting them out. They've showed flashes that they can play as a team. They've showed it. They've shown they just can't show it consistently. And you know what? There's still time for that to happen. Happened with the Kings last year. Happened with the Rangers just as easily this year. They got the talent for it. And I'll say that the Rangers this year are infinitely more talent than LA looked last year. They look like they have a hell of a lot more talent than that Kings did at this time last year. But we'll see what
But
happens.
you know what? It's a pipe dream. You're hoping for a miracle. I think you're just being nice to me. Perfectly honest with you.
I always try to be nice to you. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, fuck off.
See how he talks to me? See how he talks
Yeah.
to me? It's way worse offline, people.
No. All right. I'll hold off.
It's horrible.
All right. You know, there is a belief that fans are not happy with the current state of the game.
No shit.
In particular, there's a school of thought that there's simply not enough scoring in hockey.
Now that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Silverman, featured columns from the the Bleacher Report or the NHL blog. After the lockout in 2000, he reports after the lockout wiped out the 2004-05 season, the game returned and there were significantly more goals. Team average 2.57 goals per game in 2003-2004. The record reached a shocking 3.08 in 2005-06 after the lost season. One of the things they're not mentioning in this article is that's when they took the red line out.
Yeah.
There was no more red line after that. The NHL thought that it had high goal scoring at acceptable level. No, it was not. 4.01 it reached in 1981-82, like the Wayne Gretzky era.
Yeah. That's when he just breathed on the puck and it went in.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't remember, and if somebody could, I don't remember the scores being 6-5 and 7-8. I tell you that. The goal scoring may have been up, but it was more spread out. I don't remember the scores being any different back then.
I don't know. I know when I hated hockey and I was not a hockey guy, my biggest thing was I'm tired of watching 0-0 games. I use a soccer defense.
After 95, with the advent of a perfected defense from the New Jersey Devils, it was called the trap, neutral zone trap, which you really can't do anymore because of the red line. The red line being gone, you can't trap anybody anymore because there's no two-line pass. The Devils it really did cut down and did make the games boring. I would say the games were pretty much boring from, I'd say 1997 until the lockout, the lost season. I think taking the red line out. The problem with taking the red line out, there's some legitimate, not bullshit. There's some legitimate questions on whether whether it's caused a lot of injuries. Yeah. So, I think the jury's still out on that. But I guess, according to this jackass, according to NHL reporters, this just in, NHL fans hate hockey fights. NHL fans are really, really concerned, and they want everybody to wear a visor. NHL fans want to make the goal bigger.
Yeah, all ridiculous that I've never heard one NHL fan say.
Yeah, here's another thing they tried, according to the NHL limits goalie pads to 11 inches with width. They tried this last year. In fact, not last year, a few years ago, where they were measuring these freaking goaltenders' pads. And what happens is they get sucked up with water, and sometimes they expand.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the trapezoid area. There's nothing wrong with the goddamn game right now. It really isn't.
No, but they're going to continue to tinker it. And, these media people, they work for the league. Let's not mince words.
I don't even know that the league wants this shit. I think it's just a bunch of jerk-offs. According to NHL experts today, everything that's good about the game, apparently the fans hate it. They want a goal to be like a fucking layup in basketball. Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Stupid. It's dumb. And let me tell you something. If you don't like hockey and you happen to be this far into the show.
Yeah. They're just here for me. They're here for the eye candy. Yeah. I'm eye candy. I can't help it. I'm eye candy on radio. That's how good I look.
Let me tell you something. Low scoring's good because when it happens, it's electrifying. And if you can't figure that out, go back to the Flag Football League and Roger Goodell and all those other jackasses. Go back there. Jerk-offs. Report NHL. No, Scott, go ahead. You had something else?
You wonder why I still hang on to the Flag Football League.
Why?
Because of shit like this. Because changes that I could see being made. If hockey ever does anything stupid, they make the goal like a friggin' foot and a half larger or whatever. I mean, I'm done. I'll go back.
I don't blame you. Listen, I watched.
And I won't look back, man.
After the hockey explosion, when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup in 1994. There was an explosion. So much so as it spawned a league called the RHI. It was also about the time where rollerblades were really big. So we had this Roller Hockey International, which on its surface seemed like a pretty good idea for a summer league, and it had full contact and everything else. Well, some years it did. They had to make it more like ice hockey. 4-on-4 league with not a very strict offsides rule. So it sounded like really good. You see the guys really skate. Good summer league. They had just invented this stuff called Sport Court where you can stop like you are on ice. The whole thing was super fantastic. They use a bigger net in the RHI. By the way, that girl, Mayon Rayom, that thing I sent you a couple weeks ago about the first goalie. Yeah, smoking, right? She actually played in this league. She met the guy on the New Jersey team was called the New Jersey Rock and Rollers. She met her.
I'm just saying.
She met. She's super hot. So anyway, they made the goal bigger, and the scores were like 15-12, just a little bigger. Some of these guys were minor league players, man. So you're getting minor league players that kind of room. Well, what's the NHL going to look like? It's going to look fucking ridiculous, is what it's going to look like, and nobody's asking for this, but the media.
That's stupid.
Moving on. Real quick, Ted Nolan. If anybody, I know you don't know this guy, Dave, but I want to talk about him real quick. Ted Nolan was he's American or Canadian Indian, North American Indian, and he
like,
coached.
Hey, how are you? Type of Indian.
Yeah, how?
Yeah. No, you know how Indians say hello, right?
How?
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Well, he would be very mad at you because he's a very sensitive man, from what I understand. Let me get into
then
this.
I would relate.
Yeah, you probably would.
Ted
Nolan Puck Daddy talks with Ted Nolan.
Puck Daddy, Pip number 4.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is my stuff.
I'm calling it out. I'm just saying.
All right. Puck Daddy is reporting that Ted Nolan might be coming back to the NHL. He's currently the coach for the Latvia team for the Stochy Limits, so there might be. He's a really interesting story because he coached the Buffalo Sabres. Top might know something about this guy. And he left. He was a very good coach, and I guess he didn't get along with his GM. And he was really a sought out. It would be like if, what's his face left? Tortorella. And nobody signed the guy for 8 years. He ended up going to the Islanders a few years ago. And there was some rumors of blacklisting or racism. And normally, you know how I feel about, pulling the race card on absolutely everything. I got to be honest with you. It was a little bizarre this guy wasn't signed. I mean, nobody took a look at him. He's in the minors, Rochester. It's completely strange. But, I guess Ted's going to be coming back. Ted's very active in, Native American issues or Native Canadian issues, being a big hockey coach. So I guess good luck to him.
Good luck.
What have you?
Chief Running Bull.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the matter with me.
I don't know, because, in the article, which I didn't go into, they're saying that he did have to experience race because somebody did a tomahawk chop at one of his games.
Oh, Christ, man. I'm so tired.
I know. We're habitually outraged today.
I'm gassy. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you.
Well,
put the mic, fart in the fucking mic. Really
I
bring
don't
it.
want to move the mic too much. You always yell at me about that.
Oh, good point.
If I moved it to my
Unless
ass,
you could get some,
I
want it so good.
That's a long movement from my mouth to my ass.
Yeah, but, if I want WAV file quality fart on live, that'd be great.
I'll try to work one up for you.
Yeah, if you could, yeah, sure, go ahead, feel free.
I don't know. They probably sound the same as my regular speech, though, so.
Ba-bum-bum.
You'll understand what I'm saying because you're full of shit. Oh, there's no one.
Yeah. John Spano purchased the New York Islanders. He purchased this is one of the most interesting. Let me just cut to the chase. There's an ESPN 30 film that I absolutely have to see. It's about John Spano. John Spano bought the New York Islanders sometime in the late 90s. And I remember when he did buy it, they were supposed to really turn it around. There was a problem with this sale. He had no money. He wasn't rich.
That's a problem.
And the NHL completely got suckered by this guy, this John Spano. And it's going to be at some film festival. Who cares? Tribeca. I don't know. Who cares? But 30-30s for sports, ESPN Sports are really,
brilliant
really well
series,
done.
by the way.
Great stuff. And this is, they pick really cool subjects like the Spano thing. I mean, most people forgot about John Spano and the New York Islanders.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? But I guarantee if you watch this, you'll be completely enthralled. Because no matter how lame the subject, 30-30 rocks.
They do. They get really good directors to make movies that for niche markets.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's super brilliant. Super brilliant.
And it works.
But I'm actually really excited because I've actually mentioned this on the show before, that the fact that the Islanders were sold to a guy with no money a few years back. So I'm all for it. All right, NHL trade news. Ducks sent in Tampa Bay. That's the only really major trade.
Trade news.
Trade news. Because we're coming. NHL trade deadline.
NHL?
NHL.
There you go.
Trade deadline's coming up. Let me report some rumors. Mike Rubio, fall down, act like a soccer player for the Washington Capitals. Some rumors about him moving on. I wish he'd just move on to Europe.
Capitals are going to make some moves. They're going to be movers and shakers, I got a feeling. They have played better in recent weeks, but
yeah,
they're going to make some moves.
Who cares? I can't stand this guy. I don't know. Check. I guess we'll go Blue Link 2. Watch Rubio roll around on the ground like a coward. I don't like him when he used to play for Montreal. Hate him. No, I don't hate him.
You hate him. It's okay.
I tell you something. He really makes me sick.
He's the number 36 on the goal scorer list this year.
This would be a bad move. Mark Streit from the New York Islanders.
Yeah.
They're thinking about moving on, making moves.
Islanders is another team that they need to do something. There's certain teams out there that need to start making moves. Because if you're not going to win this year for some of these teams, it's kind of a sign that maybe if we don't have a chance this season where everybody virtually had a chance,
Yeah.
maybe you want to start making some decisions.
Mark Straight, one of the better players. Yeah, the problem with not if they're going to make a move, they almost have to trade Straight because he's the only one with with any value. With any value. So, I mean, what have you. Here's a shocking rumor. Dave Clarkson, New Jersey Devils. New Jersey Devils are another team in an unenviable position of being in a playoff race, having decided what to do with an important player that is eligible for free agency in the offseason. So, they lost Parise last year.
Yeah, lame duck seasons, man.
Clarkson's a guy, I mean, he had a 30-goal season last year. And he's a tough dude. And now they're going to have to get rid of him because they're going to have to make a move or re-sign him.
Yeah, you don't let top-tier players or top-line players on your team reach the final year of their contract because the Parise thing will happen.
But you know what?
They're lame duck seasons.
Yeah.
And you don't let it happen.
Pretty much.
But they did, and now they have to deal with the consequences.
You hit it right on the head, Dave. Thank you very much. No, you're absolutely right.
I'm here for you. It's what I do.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
And when I
too.
say you, I mean the hockey fucks.
You hear that? That's for you.
That was a good one.
Could you hear it?
Kind of sounded like a woman fart, though.
It did, really. I'm going to cut it just because I'm
You
embarrassed.
should actually be ashamed by that.
Yeah, I'm just, I cut it because I'm being embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed for you, frankly.
Yeah. Jarome Iginla, we talked about him before.
That's a good name, though.
Yeah, we love Jarome Iginla. Jarome Iginla. Shot from the point. Would like to, earlier in the month, you familiar with the hockey song?
No.
A hockey song.
Nope.
Stompin' Tom Connors passed away March 6th of this past month.
I assume that's the guy who sang the hockey song?
Yes, he did. Yes,
Got
he did.
it.
Stumping Tom Connors. He did the hockey song. He's hello out there. We're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. And if Connors wrote,
he copied the Muppets song.
No.
That sounds like the Muppets song.
Well, then I'll play it right now. Then
I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm playing it. All right. Connors essentially wrote "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" for Canada. He passed away on March 6th. Definitely want to give a big shout out to a dead guy. The Connors he's kind of like the Willie Nelson of Canada, hard living, hard drinking. Wrote a very he practically it's Canada's unofficial anthem, if you ask me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Great tune. Well, you're not Canadian, and neither am I.
Thank God. No offense, Canada.
Nhl Power Rankings. Coming in at number 1, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
The Blackhawks.
Good job. Number 2, Anaheim Ducks. Number 3, Boston Bruins. Number 4, Pittsburgh Penguins. Number 5, Montreal Canadiens. Number 6, the Los Angeles Kings. Boy, they really turned it around.
Yeah, they have. They've lost some games recently, but yeah, they've turned it around.
The always dangerous at number 7, the St. Louis Blues, but they don't seem to be able to, beat that playoff pump. Number 8, the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Divers. Carolina really turning it around.
Yeah.
Putting in at Stahl Brothers. Bring it on.
I like those Stalls, man. They're good players.
It's too bad that my Stahl over in New York, they couldn't play him.
Yeah.
All 3 of them couldn't be on the ice. They got hit in the eye with a hockey puck. Minnesota Wild? How could that possibly be? Wait, what month is this? 8
Are you looking at the right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know. This is Minnesota Wild. See what a couple of $98 million contracts
they're second in their division. They got 30
They
points.
turned it around. And this season is just so wide open. It's hard to keep track of, Dave.
Parise's got going. It took him
Parise-
some time.
Parise
He's got going.
Parise is one of the more talented players that I've ever
Very
seen.
talented player.
Oh, cool. We're coming up on the hour mark. And that's it in NHL News.
NHL News.
All right, everybody. It's time to do our segment called the Artist of the Week.
Now even more gassy.
Are you really?
Yeah, because now we have to listen to more bad music.
This is
I mean, great unsigned music. I mean, that's what I meant. I meant fantastic music that I can't wait to put on my iPod.
Yeah.
I don't even have an iPod. I have a Zune. That's right, fuckers. I use a Zune.
I'd be happy to. This week I go back to the depths of the old Jersey underground scene. I'm going to play an old friend's band, 1,000 Suns. 1,000 Suns. That was the name of the band, Thousand Suns. A good friend, Mike Koldasarich, is in this band. I would absolutely have to say, out of all the bands that we had, and we had at our little circle, we had a friend of ours open up for Linkin Park. I actually went to the show. And that's as far as, but this wasn't the band.
Oh. what the fuck? What's the point?
Just because he opened up for Linkin Park, I do think out of all the bands, and including my own, I think this was probably the most original. It was my favorite band as far as personal favorite. I still listen to this song. It's still in my iPad, whatever I'm happen to be rocking at the time. Tune's called Gone. And I want to do a very special dedication. I really wanted to send this to my girlfriend, Andy, who's been really supportive of me and putting this show out. But the problem with the dedication is the song is about a guy who kind of just has had it with a relationship and he leaves his town, you know, kind of like when I left for the Army. So I really can't dedicate it to Andy. So this one's...
did.
No. So I really can't get it to the girlfriend, Andy, who has to put up with all this show BS and hockey BS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate it to Horst, her ex-boyfriend. This is Gone by 1,000 Suns. I'm gone, Horst. Peace. See you on the other side.
Enjoy, hockey fucks.
And as this plane lands down, should I stand my ground or should I pack my bags and leave this painful town? 'Cause I can't forget all those words you said and actions that you spent over the last 3 years. Break your excuse offshore, can't take any more, ready to break north now and leave this girl. My car drives faster now, I broke my mirrors down. I won't look back, nor will I turn around. And you call me up to see if I'm still there. You best believe you'll be shedding tears. I'm gone. It seems this choice I've made is sure to seal my fate, and I'll never doubt my thoughts or make that same mistake. 'Cause when I slide off track, I lose sight of myself. You're not pierced through my back, and I was left for hell. Well, I'm holding strong in spite of your phone calls, never to let you in, strengthening these walls. Do better for myself, I'll find somebody else. While you're sitting home, feeling so overwhelmed.
That was 1,000 Sun. Big shout out to one of my close
That's fantastic.
It's a great tune.
Fantastic. I'm gassing.
All right.
Still.
Great tune going out to Mike Kolosaric. Really appreciate him allowing to use the tune. One of my favorite tunes on the planet, and that's Signed Band as well. Still listen to it on a regular basis. And I wonder was the last time he heard it. Last time we did Warp Drive, I talked to John Freeman Music, and he said that he hadn't heard the song we played in over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But he hasn't heard this one. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna
Never take you down. Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg.
I just want everybody to know out there that Tommy thought that came from Rocky 5 minutes ago.
I couldn't remember. It's Karate Kid, right?
Yes, Karate
You're the
Kid.
best
Best movie ever made.
around.
But a pretty damn good movie for 80s.
What's that?
It had a very young Elizabeth Shue in it.
Oh, that's right. She was in that.
Yeah, she was chubby, but she was hot.
That's okay.
She hadn't lost that baby fat yet.
Yeah. She had that baby fat going into
Adventures of Babysitting, but it was hotter than
Elizabeth.
she had that just come and fuck me vibe going on.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. You know, I got to be honest with you. My favorite scene in The Karate Kid is the last one when Daniel kicks that dude straight in the fucking jaw.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I've always had this theory that that shot went wrong and he actually made contact with that dude, or he's a spectacular actor.
I'm sure he's a spectacular actor.
I actually think he kicked him.
Possible.
You don't think so?
It's possible. I mean, I don't think so, but it's possible.
The epic scene when he kicks him with that thing. I don't know if anybody gets faked out by that, but I mean,
it's a good scene.
way and go the other.
It's a very good scene. It would have been better if the guy caught him and hit him in the nuts.
Yeah. Hey, I want to
catch the leg, kick him in the ball sack.
Want to go on Sean Avery?
Sure.
Let's go.
Why not?
Hey, listen.
Do we really have to pick on the handicap, though? I mean, because every time the guy talks nowadays, it's just some lunacy coming out of his mouth.
I know. It's too funny. Sean Avery is, he's still 33 years old. He's more than apt to...
He's got a Evander Holyfield brain, though. My God.
I don't know if he's stupid.
Something's wrong with him, is all I'm saying. CTE strikes again. It's horrible.
It's too funny.
I think I have CTE.
You have CTE? All right,
yeah.
At the stage for this sucker, because it's unreal funny. Sean Avery was recently on TSN, and he's interviewed by a living corpse. I mean, you got to see this guy. I mean, this guy has so much makeup on. I mean, the Undertaker called to get his makeup back. I mean, it's that bad.
Basically, it's the Crypt Keeper with Mary Kay.
Oh God, it's really fucking.
God, that was a better line in my head. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, we'll let it go. No, I'll cut it.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I know. I just let everybody know I got a big lecture for cutting Jay.
You didn't get a lecture. Yes, I vaginally bled all over him.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
well, I say it for you.
Cutting out your jokes.
Here for you, buddy.
Well, anyway, the Crypt Keeper's interviewing him, but the thing is bizarre about this interview. He's going to talk about why he's not in the NHL or everything. He doesn't really answer any questions. He just acts like Sean Avery, which is pretty entertaining.
It is entertaining.
Yeah, it's really good. And this interview was, at least it was uploaded on February 7th. And Sean Avery answers questions, or tries. No. He goes on to be Sean Avery. Here's the bizarre part. Early on in the show, there's this other dude here, and he's got this big gap in the middle of his teeth. This will be Green Link 3, by the way, if you want to check out the interview. He's got this big gap in his teeth, and Avery refused to do the interview unless this guy was there. Apparently, he was his roommate when he's in Los Angeles. This is too funny. All right, let's chart this fucker.
Sean Avery seems like he'd be a cult leader.
I don't know.
Like he could be a leader of a cult.
He seems like an asshole Hollywood type. Hold on a second. Can you hear this?
The Canadian sports interview since his retirement.
You can hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Right. Let's
fans love it when you give them a taste of what's coming.
All right. Well, you
love those on-air fixes.
All right. All right. Remember, I'm really unprofessional because the technology isn't there yet. You cannot talk, otherwise you'll cut off the recording, Dave.
Yeah, that's it.
Ready? All right, let's listen to this thing.
Asked Sean, you hesitated, then you said yes, but only if Jeremy Taggart, who's sitting across from me, could be on the show. He's from...
Okay, this is this guy with the gap tooth, Jeremy Taggart. He's a weird-looking dude. I guess he's involved in the fashion industry or something.
Fashionista, nice.
Yeah, he's like, and so is Avery. Avery's like, I don't know. He once said that he pays more attention to the Cosmo articles than he does the Canadian hockey press. And
Avery's not gay, right?
well, they get into that. So let's
do that.
All right.
Our Lady Peace, a regular on the show. Why did you want him on the show as well?
So me and Jeremy go back a long time, and I know that he's starting to journey into the journalism world. So I thought that we've always had great conversation. That was part of what drew us to each other and formed a friendship.
I didn't say that this is the way it had to be.
Right, that's true.
Like you guys
lived.
Okay, what Taggart's saying right now is like I didn't do this. This is Avery's demand, and it's totally bizarre that he would.
Seems like Avery just wants his buddy to get some journalism experience.
I suppose, but I mean, he's not even a hockey guy. Nobody even knows who this guy is. He's just kind of weird looking. He's got this like Freddy Krueger T-shirt going on.
It's okay. If you ever make it big, I expect you to drag my fat ass along. So hey, fuck it.
I don't know. Maybe
I can ride some coattails.
You don't find this bizarre?
No, I think it's an endearing story of friendship. That's what I think. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Together, right?
Yes.
In Los Angeles. That's how you know each other?
Yes, we lived together for a couple of years. When he moved out to the Kings, I decided to try California, and we had a ball, didn't we, Aves?
Ah!
Yeah, they had a ball or two. My God. This is gayer than an NSYNC reunion.
This is a guy that doesn't want anybody to think he's gay.
Yeah. He's not doing a very good job. It's like Zorro, like taking off his mask mid-fight. I'm not Zorro. Horrible.
All right.
It's like Batman forgetting not to use the voice when he doesn't have the fucking mask on. I'm Batman. I mean Bruce Wayne. It's horrible.
All right.
Understatement.
So let's dive right into the end of your hockey career. Do you see it? Did you quit hockey, Sean? Had you decided you were done with it, or did hockey decide that you were done with hockey? Which side do you think is the way you recall it?
I mean, I think that there was a relationship between both. I think that the reason that I decided to stop and sort of move into a different direction was.
By the way, the New York Rangers sent him down.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
This is a young guy, by the way.
Yeah, he still could play. But nobody can stand him. That's the.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Was certainly the restrictions that were put on me from early on, and I think that
Like not being an asshole.
I certainly pushed the boundaries as far as I could possibly push them, and
said a few things, a few off-color links.
I'm interested that you said that there was.
Wow, this guy is like, he's not helping his cause at all.
What a douche.
Restrictions that were put on you. What are you referring to specifically?
As a sport, there's restrictions on everyone. I think that with the athletes, what happens is these guys are given a lot of money at a young age, and a team says, we're paying you, so we're going to dictate your identity, and we're going to dictate how you operate in the real world. And I think that, and then they ride them as long as they possibly can, rightly so. They're paying them a lot of money.
Yeah, it's called a job, Sean.
Yeah, I was about to say the same fucking thing. I'm so tired of athletes thinking that they have rules and regulations that the rest of us just don't have to adhere to. You can't go into your job and call everybody a fucking asshole and expect to be employed tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you one more extreme. My father doesn't know about this show.
No,
And it's not that I'm embarrassed about it.
hey, you're embarrassed if he were to hear it. That's all.
That's not what I'm worried about. Now I can deal with that. I got thicker skin than that, Dave. Jesus, give me more credit. I know that he'd be terrified about my future employment. And in a sense, he wouldn't be 100% wrong. I'm risking future employment. One fucking download, I'm done. So Sean,
not in this world anymore.
You don't think?
Nobody gives a
Right.
shit. I think you think people give way much more of a shit than they actually do.
You might be right. But that being said, let's assume, let's pretend. Let's pretend.
Let's play the pretend game.
Sure. If somebody hears some of the things that we talk about, which is a goof. Dave didn't think the Canadians were waiting for their lawn to be manicured. He didn't really mean that. Let's just give you an example.
I wouldn't want to work for an idiot like that anyway, though, personally.
Well, you know, when you're in a situation like I'm in.
Yeah, I know, right?
So that's what it is, Sean. It's called a fucking job. It sucks, I know. But you know what? You're a professional hockey player that's made millions of dollars. You can start a pot. You can act like an asshole now. But here's the difference. You're finding out that now that you don't have NHL coverage, nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit, Sean.
Cares, Sean. Here we go.
Well, we care enough to put him on the podcast.
What's that?
We care enough to put him on the podcast. So he's still doing it.
He's fucking fascinating. Got to give me that. The guy's, he's really interesting, dude.
Yep.
It's kind of, well, thanks for your service, and we'll invite you back for some sort of ceremony at some point. And that's it. And what happens is guys wake up the next day and they realize that they have a life and a career that they need to find. We can talk about restrictions where, I would wake up the next morning and there would be a rule sort of just invented based off of something I did.
You were referring, obviously, the Marty Brodeur, what is now known as the Sean Avery rule. So do you...
Jesus.
I gotta be honest with you, that's probably the most unsportsmanlike thing, and it's coming from a Ranger fan. That has to be the most unsportsman act I have ever seen. I'm glad there is a Sean Avery rule, but listen to what Avery says in response.
You object to how the NHL handled that?
I mean, I don't even think that they actually followed proper protocol in bringing in the NHLPA, so...
Bingo. He's absolutely correct. Look, I think there should be a Sean Avery rule as well. I'm not saying it, but he's absolutely correct. The NHL arbitrarily made this rule. Arbitrarily. Like they did to the Buffalo Sabres in 1999. By the way, no goal. No goal. Yeah. So in one sense, this asshole, I guess because, I don't know, a broken watch right twice a day. In one sense, this guy's absolutely correct. They just made a rule out of nowhere. But you know why they did that, Sean? Because what you did was garbage.
Reprehensible.
Really funny, though.
That's true.
We started this new bit on the show called The Eppies. Tales of Hockey Epicness. One of the votes has actually got 1,000 views in less than 24 hours for our channel on YouTube. And... had I been around then, most certainly Mr. Avery would have got an epi. That had to be one of the most epic shit that I've ever seen.
It was definitely epic.
But disgusting nonetheless. Like the guy who tripped the kid.
Yeah. He said he's an interesting study, and he is. He's interesting like Dahmer's interesting. Like, if you told me tomorrow that this motherfucker's eating people and he has like pieces of ass in his refrigerator, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm just saying.
Not a shocker.
Not a shocker.
Yeah, of course I do.
Did you feel like you were in a box and you felt like you couldn't do anything or say anything?
Yeah. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah.
That was eventually what led to me just saying, I'm going to go in a different direction. I mean, why would I fight this anymore? It's just, first of all, it's not healthy. Second of all, it's not fun, no matter how much money you're getting paid. So, yeah, I mean, were there times when I was extremely frustrated at the lack of creativity or expression that I could have? Yeah,
Who the fuck are you, Picasso?
I know. ridiculous. Wow, this is getting tedious now.
Avery, you're getting an epi.
You're
You're an epi douchebag.
I don't even know what to say to this guy anymore.
Funny. I love train legs like this. I gotta be honest with you.
I'm sure you do. We are part of this.
There you go. You got an epi.
Epi for you, Avery. Is that a new sound effect?
Yeah, you like it?
That's well done.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Really? You think so?
No, not really.
It's epic.
Very Tommy-ish. Very Tommy-ish. It's a good time.
Why do you say that?
Well, I wonder why I would say such an incredulous thing.
Epic, Lord. Epic douchebaggery.
He's a douche.
Martin Tremblay got an epi for being an epic oxygen thief.
Who's Martin Tremblay?
That's a guy who tripped a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kid tripper.
And,
Didn't he do like 9 days in jail? 11 days? Something like
only
that?
15.
Yeah. The swift hand of justice once again doing its thing.
You think about this. Now, that happened in Vancouver. What kind of time are you doing if you break a 11-year-old's wrist in the States? You think?
Honestly, depends on who he is and where he is in the States.
That's probably true. With me,
It's very true.
if me or you did that.
If me or you did that, okay, and here's the question. Did we do it to a child of our own race or a different race? That matters. It matters. Unfortunately, it does.
And Dave, I'm going to defend Dave. That's probably pretty outrageous.
It's not outrageous, and anyone who thinks it is, you're fucking blind.
It's not. And I'll give you a perfect example. When I was a kid growing up, and this had nothing to do with this guy's right. Boys fight. Did you ever hear? Are we getting fist fights?
Yeah, it does happen.
I got in tons and tons and tons of fist fights at this school that I was going to. Jason will remember this. Did
he kick your ass? Did he ever kick your ass?
Jason?
Yeah, did Jason kick your ass? That'd be great.
Jason, no.
Jason, come on the show and tell everybody how he kicked your ass.
I don't know if Jason actually saw me get my... Actually, he knows I got my ass whipped in this fight. Yeah. So, something starts between me and this African-American kid. And he ends up, winning the fight. He hit me from behind and then beat my ass.
Beat you down.
Yeah, sure. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part was my father got a phone call that this might have been racially motivated on my part.
Really?
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you. The guy was a complete tool, and by the way, he's in prison right now. I'm not even going to look him up.
Tommy wins!
Yeah.
You're in prison, asshole. You won the life race.
Yeah, he is. I looked him up on the Jersey trade. So
you looked him up.
So, but I got to be honest, he didn't hit me because I was white, and I didn't hit him back because he was black.
He probably hit you because you're an asshole.
No, he hit me because we were in line, and there was a girl in front of him. We were like lined to walk out of school, and the girl in front of him started talking to me, and he did a back kick. He kicked me twice.
Oh wow!
Right. So I pushed him, and the teachers came in. They separated us, and they said, "Tommy, get out!" And I started walking towards the door. And did you ever walk into a wall and just like, holy shit, I just walked into a wall? Because that's what I thought I did, because this guy hit me so hard from behind. I'm not even joking.
I'm sure it makes it funny.
Hard from behind.
He sucker punched you.
Oh yeah, like in the back of the head.
Oh.
Like I mean, I wasn't facing him. And one kid told me years later that they actually thought the teacher that was standing in front of him actually stepped away and let him go deliberately.
Really?
Yes. Probably because of some stuff I said outrageous in her classroom.
So you pissed somebody else off, a teacher off, and you paid for it.
I'm 13. 13 years old. So, yeah.
I can just imagine what 13-year-old Tommy was like. My God.
Bigger asshole, believe me. I didn't deserve to get punched in the back of the head. And then I tell you something, I would have passed out because I didn't know what was going on. And I had this other kid stand over me and go, ah! And that actually woke me up, and we engaged in a fisticuffs. And I pulled his braces out, and he gave me a black eye.
Nice.
That wasn't nice.
It's pretty cool.
It's...
No, I think I'm not sure if you ever made the point you were going down this long road for.
Going to, but the problem is that United States, you're absolutely right, Dave. If it is racial, you might be looking at time. I'm not saying, look, black guys get ripped off too.
Yeah, I know. My only point was this: if a white guy and a white guy does something, people react differently to that than if it was a white guy and a black guy. And that's just reality. Or a white guy and a Mexican guy. That's human nature. Everybody has that. Because it's called identifying with the person based on race, color, skin, the way they talk, whatever. People identify with things differently, and when something happens with somebody who's different than you, you look at it from a different perspective. That's just human. You guys want to vilify me for it? You can suck my fat cock.
I don't think they could vilify you for it. I disagree with what you said just now, but I don't. By no means do I think.
You see it all the time.
No,
there's examples.
Yeah, but I think I guess a better way to put it. First of all, why should 13-year-old boys be involved in some kind of stupid racial thing? I mean,
I agree.
It's bad for the kid. It was bad for him, and it was bad for me. It wasn't good for either of us. It was just a fight. We got in a fight. That happens. You know, he's in prison. I'm not.
You win the life race.
Yeah, I went to Iraq. He didn't though. Yeah, but it's this constant politicization of our children, of everything we do, of the food we drink, the sports we like, and it was going on back in the early 90s too.
It's been going on since the dawn of fucking time, ever since people started organizing. This is nothing new.
Yeah. So Dave's not off base at least in the United States. I'll tell you something. I don't know if I'm wrong. Tremblay trips an African Canadian kid. Might be a whole different story we're talking about.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that because, it'd be fucked up. I'm just saying it's because it's reality. I think the guy should have got 5 years in prison no matter who the hell he tripped. That's my opinion. You don't trip kids.
This day and age, anytime anything happens between a white man and a black person, if it's a white guy with any form of a black person, Jesse Jackson's involved. Just how it is.
Yeah. And fairness, we're talking about stuff that doesn't go in the media. If a black guy attacks a rich white guy, or at least accused of it, I guarantee you he's doing more time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It goes both ways. It goes every single way. That's my point.
So bizarre.
It's I don't know if it's as bizarre as it is just flat wrong.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally abhorrent.
All right. I got one for you in hockey. You're familiar with this Kasper Donovan doing the stick on the puck trick? He got an.
Yeah, that video.
What'd you think of that?
Actually, for the novelty that is the shootout, I loved it.
Really? It is.
It's a shootout. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I know. And
you got a point.
That's the problem.
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah. That I don't have a problem with it is the problem.
Former Pittsburgh Penguin Phil Bourque, no relation to Ray, in 1990 tried it on a breakaway. Let's listen to how it's looked at now. Well, let's talk about how it's. I'm not going to go back and play the Kasper Donovan. He gets an epi, by the way. It was kind of embraced by the current NHL. Well, Bourque does it on a breakaway, not during a shootout. There was no shootouts in 19.
He does during a game. Big difference.
Listen to the reaction of those announcers.
Better off, out to Racine. His shot blocked by Bourque, who's going to have a breakaway from center ice. Bourque cuts in. Saved by Chevelday. And do you believe what Phil Bourque did?
No, I do not. I don't think I'm going to comment on it. And Gallant's taking exception. See, that is really... That's a minor league move by Phil Bourque. And Gallant, he did that one time before against the Red Wings. Hard to believe he would do that. Chance to score a goal in the NHL.
And by the way, they went after him, the Red Wings. They actually like tried to punch him.
Yeah. different era. The fact that it was in a game, it all matters.
You think so?
Different situation. It's hard to compare it to. Yeah.
I think my new Facebook friend, Don Cherry.
Oh my God.
I think one of the reasons that him and McLean do that, they're trying to protect the NHL from things like this. Now, I'm not. Look, if he scored, apparently this doesn't work because every friggin' video I've seen thus far, apparently Casper's Donovan's, I can't even say his goddamn name.
He got damn close though.
He did it was a cool move, but I mean,
it looked pretty.
Why? Yeah, there was something kind of cool, but he actually pulled it off in a shootout in the minors, from what I understand. And other times this has been tried, it hasn't worked. But you know what? You set up a circus act in the shootout, you're gonna get circus act type play.
Absolutely.
Don't care. They got their point, especially in a shortened season like this. You know.
Look, I don't blame the guy for trying something a little unique and different. Not everybody can be Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
You know?
And go down with a Superman cape. That was.
Not everybody could be Mr. Kane.
Yeah. You know, the first time I actually saw this was in an inline hockey game that I remember.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, and maybe that's where it came from. It's 1990, so that's kind of when it first broke, the whole inline thing. But
I don't have a problem with it in a shootout because the shootout's a joke anyway. I don't have a problem with it. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah. Well, look at the reaction. I tell you something. I cannot wait to hear what Jerry says about this. He's gonna have a heart attack.
You might not have a problem with it nowadays.
My new foot. Oh, I bet he will. Oh no.
In a shootout, I don't know.
But
how does he feel about shootouts? He's your buddy now, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's my Facebook friend. I told him that I was a veteran to add me, and I guess they did.
Yeah. You played every type of. It was. Oh yeah. I can't even get into.
You want me
it.
to read it?
Read this thing. First, preface this that this was a complete goof just to get a reaction out of me.
Oh, yeah, and it worked.
Shit, I just called you a freak. You didn't even get the reaction you wanted.
Freak. Let me see.
And he gets a fun. And he gets. This is the type of luck that you have that I just never have.
Yeah, luck. I don't know.
You do a Harlem Shake video, it gets 1 million fucking hits. You do a goof to Don Cherry, he's your fucking Facebook friend. I do that shit, I get arrested.
Here we go. Hey, Don, I really want to be your Facebook friend. I was in the U.S. Army, serving in Iraq. Does that help? God, I hope so. It would be so cool. Oh, I'm a right-leaning guy, too. So you won't have to put up with those pansy left-wing posts. I live in Germany with my girlfriend. We watch both of your movies. And she loves you as much as I do. That's rare, being a hockey fan in Germany, by the way. You're my hero since I was a kid. I even started a hockey podcast with you in mind. Thanks. And if you add me, it'll make my year. Oh! I'm of Irish descent. Does that help? That's what I said to Don Cherry. He added me.
If Don Cherry actually read this himself, he may have actually thought that you were. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know what kind of a douche you are. He was probably touched deep down in his old heart.
Yeah.
And it's just a goof to you. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir.
It's really pathetic. And you know what really happened? He probably his people clicked add friend. That's probably more happened.
How many friends does he have? That's what I want to know.
2,000 something.
Oh, okay. Then you're just a number.
Around 2,000. Yeah. But
you're a number who has Don Cherry as a friend, though. That's impressive.
I'm also friends with former Ranger defenseman, although I've never met him. I mean, he just was kind enough to add me. With former Ranger defenseman Ron Greshner, one of my favorite players, by the way. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
Saw me on Greshner's list. I don't know.
That's possible.
Greshner, great defenseman.
Or he was just touched by a story.
By what part? The Irish part?
I don't know. Probably every ass-licking syllable that you used during that. The only thing that was missing from that was violins in the background.
Oh, boy.
It was a good time.
And I did it because first of all, I didn't think he would add me. I just did it to aggravate Dave.
Yeah. You wanted me to call him a hypocrite.
Yeah, I wanted you to call me a hypocrite because I think Dave is way too wrapped on television show and nerdy shit.
I'm not wrapped on shit. I just like stuff. I enjoy things. Oh, I'm a bad person.
If I goof on him, you get mad.
I get mad.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Seth MacFarlane sucks.
Yeah, I don't get mad because I just think you're wrong.
I'm not.
I don't get mad.
I'm not wrong.
You're totally wrong.
Not wrong. I'm right about just about everything.
Yeah, no doke.
Don't worry. My coattails are big.
I don't think I'll be joining you, sir.
Ah!
If this is the treatment I get, I say to you, good day.
Coattails are big.
I say to you, good day, sir.
I love you. You know I love you, Dave.
Say it again. Mean it this time.
Lick my cock. All right. You got any plugs?
My horrible book, which is like sold 3 copies, The Chronicles of L.J. Stevens, is still available on Amazon. Please, somebody write a review, even if it's horrible. I don't care. It's $3 for on ebook, so check that out. It's a great book. It's 100 pages. It's not that big a deal. Soul Crushing Radio, our good friends, people that have supported us since the beginning, that we owe a lot to, actually, because they've been good supporting. I've been on the show. We're going to be doing supposedly, we're going to be doing a joint venture with them coming up here next month. Both of our shows, View from the Couch and A Shot from Point, will be represented during their big epic marathon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you check them out. Support the arts. Support us. View from the Couch. Great show. We do all kinds of stuff. I got my old first sergeant coming on this week to do everything that you need to know about NFL free agency. I'm excited about that. It'll be good times. And the 5-minute feature. My new thing on A View from the Couch. I do 5-minute features, which goes over 5 minutes. We talk about all kinds of things. More focused. It's a lot more fun. We got a great story coming up. Tommy's going to be joining me on that. That'll be great. So, View from the Couch. Check it out.
Very excited about our story. Very excited. And as for your other host, our former first sergeant.
One of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Like I said, I was locked in a mental institution and he got me out.
He does not give up on people.
No.
You tested that. He does not give up on people.
Joking around, you hockey fuckers.
No, he's not joking around.
Because I told that doctor off in Germany. I told him if he didn't like Americans, he can go dig up the Fuhrer and ask us to leave. But he locked me up for that. And I'm not joking, by the way. I'm not even mildly joking.
Nope. Not at all. I can attest to that one.
Yeah, it's true story, brother. And Top bailed me out. Top is for our Canadian listeners, Top is I don't know, maybe they do it in Canada as well. It's for the first sergeant, what you call it.
Another term that we use for first sergeant.
Yeah, that's all.
More of an endearing term.
And he will always be top to me, and I love.
Absolutely.
And I love listening to him too. He's just perfect for the radio, and I'm not.
He is. He's got a great voice. He's well spoken. Knows how to talk because he's been doing this for a long time. Is just talking to people, and just like I said, honestly, genuinely one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. A lot of the talking started off something like this: "Hey, you idiots! I know you're gonna go out there and fuck without a condom, and I know you're gonna go out there and drink and drive. Here's what I want you to do. Don't get caught. And if you get caught, I'm going to try to limit as much blame as possible. Thank you. Be safe."
I've never heard the don't get caught thing in terms of the drunk driving. The speech I always got from him, which I always appreciated, was his phone would literally be on all the time. And if you needed something, if you were drunk, he would come get you. That's the type of guy he was.
Total goof. I'm totally goof. Guy would break his back. And you know what? He probably shouldn't as much as he is with some of the douchebags that he had.
Absolutely.
All right, let me finish my plugs. Hey, you like A Shot from the Point, please? You can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook or Google+. Just look me up, Tommy C. Tommy C.
Oh, wait, Tommy, I got something for you.
All right.
I don't think that picked it up. Did it pick it up?
Yeah, like my surround sound in my headphones. And it was a girly part too.
It was, unfortunately.
It sounded like a sound effect. I could probably use that.
Oh, there you go.
Oh God, I'm gonna start isolating some of this shit and fucking.
I contribute.
Playing these things like this. Because I'm epic. All right, Facebook. Check A Shot from the Point for Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Twitter @Jersey Ghost. This portion of the show is sponsored by Twitter. Follow us on Twitter because you're a bunch of followers. Twitter. Check it out. And you can check me out on Facebook, Things called Tommy C's Podcast and other crap. This part sponsored by Facebook. Facebook. Because real relationships are overrated. Facebook. And Google Plus, which is not a real media site anyway. I mean, I just put the shit on there because I have to. And it's just easy to click on. Does anybody use Google Plus? Do you?
No, I don't even know what that is.
All right, we're gonna try something. And I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. You can call me. Anybody listening to the show. I'd love to hear from subscribers and what have you. But I'm gonna warn you fucking ahead of time. I record everything.
He does.
I record everything. So I would really like to hear, especially if you've got something for the show. But I'm telling you right now, if it's illegal for you to be recorded in your country, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to record you. And if you say something incredibly stupid, I'm going to put it on the air. No, but I would actually like to hear from you. It'd be kind of great. It'd be kind of fun to talk to somebody. Especially Kill a Joke. I kind of like to hear from him. It'd be kind of...
Get involved, bitches.
Yeah, get involved. Get involved with the show. Seriously. You know? Get involved. Oh, yeah. I got to give it the ID, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's Tommycallanan. Tommycallanan. One word. No spaces. No spaces.
No spaces.
Hey, you like the show? Share the show.
Share it.
Share the show with others. Let everybody know. Support the arts, as Dave says.
Yeah, support the arts, as Dave says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm an artist, then I got a spray can in my hand.
We're all arts. I'm an artist. View from the couch.
Check out David and View from the Couch. Call me on Skype. We also have a new segment on our channel. We got 3 now. We have the podcast, we have rants, and then we have the Tales of Hockey Epicness, where we give out the what do you call it? The
red badge of gayness.
We give out the Epic Awards. So everybody gets so far Casper's Donovan, Martin Tremblay, and I don't know, the guy who scored the last goal. We were getting a lot of hits on. They got the first 3 Eppies. Tales of Hockey. Epic.
Woo! I'm here for you, buddy.
I hate when I do this because I can never remember. I'm always going to kick myself later. All right, share it. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Check out the channel. Yes, subscribe to the channel. Share the shit when you got it. Be a part of the show. Be a part of everything. I hope you have enjoy the games today. A lot of talks on tonight.
Yeah. We got who we got tonight? Shit, I can't remember. Right. Now I'm helping. I need to tell everybody who we got.
Okay. Shit, I just put my microphone.
I can't remember. Blackhawks got the Dallas. We got Dallas tonight.
All right. Probably should be.
Dallas.
Definitely should be those guys.
It's a game we should win.
What's that?
It's a game we should win.
Yeah, probably. All right. Thank you very much, Dead on Dave, for joining us again.
No problem.
Absolutely appreciate it.
No problem.
I want to, I don't know. I just,
You want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to A Shot from the Point. I hope you got all the information. I hope you were totally entertained. This is A Shot from the Point. I hope to see you next week. Peace.